talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking. I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes. You're sharing and you're subscribing. You hear me? Okay, then. Well, hey, B. We're back. We haven't gotten into Court is Messy for a very long time, and I want us to go ahead and check this episode out. Not sure what it's gonna give. We just gonna hop right on into this thing, and we're going to get started. So make sure you're doing your due diligence, honey, as you come on in. Okay, pay me my respect, just a little piece. Thank you. Let's get into it. All right.
That's when she said I couldn't see my kid. She went as far as blocking me electronically where I can't contact my son
Oh, damn.
at all. You only want me to talk to him when he's in trouble.
No,
Your Honor, we ask that you take judicial notice of the child support review order that's attached there too, where it takes judgment for medical of 560.86 as of January 31, 2025. The gross is calculated at 38.28. One child here and two children outside. $100 towards the government health plan. At 16%, the current ongoing child support will be modified to $503 starting March 1, 2025. We ask that you take judicial notice of these provisions.
The court will take judicial notice that the proposed non-agreed has a medical support judgment of $560.86. It proposes that medical support be set at $100 a month beginning March 1st with government health insurance, and that with the guideline amount in the order, the child support is set at $503 beginning March 1st.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Ms. Gibson.
Yes.
Ms. Gibson, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Kelandria Gibson.
Ms. Gibson, this order that the judge took judicial notice of, you signed this order correctly, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're requesting everything that what's in the order, ma'am?
Yes.
Now the child support is set at $503 a month, and you're saying that that's what you're requesting. That's what you want, right?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, pass the witness.
Mr. Zahay, do you have any questions of Ms. Gibson?
Yes, I do, Judge. Ms. Gibson, do you believe that, or excuse me, is there any particular reason that you believe this increase is needed in accordance with the guidelines?
Yes, it's needed. I mean, he's only been paying $186 a month for the past 9 years. So it is time for the increase, and there's nothing done in between those 9 years outside of the child support or anything. And $186 a month is not enough to take care of a child, even when he was in daycare. Like, that's just pay for daycare, nothing else.
So did you ever indicate to Mr. Jones and his wife that you had other motives for asking for this increase?
No, I did not. They asked for the court. They said they wanted to do court arrangements and they were going to go to the court and do everything by court. So that's what I did.
So
you can go by the court orders and the court papers.
So it's not true that you told Mr. Jones and his wife that this was in retaliation for them being married recently?
What?
I never told them that I was going to get an increase for retaliation. When they brought up to me, I already have an attorney, so you'll talk to my attorney. I said, okay, well then, yes, we can go to attorney, we can go to court, and we can set these obligations or whatever it is that you're asking.
I think what he may be trying to do when he's not asking it right is how was the conversation approached to the client of you seeking additional child support? And then she can go into the spiel of that. Because I know for me, how I'm listening to this, I'm kind of like, okay, I know y'all had the conversation, but how did we even get to the place of having this conversation? Which is what he kind of asked at first by saying, is there a need for the increase in child support? And I'm with her, nigga. Excuse me, sir. $186. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, I'm finna ask for more. $186, and some women only getting $86. Sir. Okay, so yeah, let me ask for a piece more. Are y'all okay? So I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I just think he's asking his questions. I don't know if they're wrong, but I'm not the attorney. What do I know, right?
Didn't you instruct one of your friends to show her a group chat that you guys had created disparaging her.
What?
A group chat. It had nothing to do with the kids at all.
So, do you need a
Chat.
screenshot of the chat to refresh your recollection?
Ooh.
No, I do not. The screenshot, the group message had nothing to do with the kids. That was all stuff that was outside, basically stating that he does not do anything and that he hasn't done anything for his child in the past 9 years. That's basically what the whole group chat was about. Yes, and enough is enough. And he has to start paying and be responsible, just like me. When I lose anything or when things go bad with me or anything like that, I'm the mother. I still have to make sure my child is still taken care of at the end of the day. He don't have to worry about that.
Right.
And he's been getting off for literally 9 years. So I gave him 9 years of slack. It was going to be an increase regardless of any situation at some point. And he started the group chat in the beginning because at the beginning, he's the one said, from now on, you would be speaking to me and my wife in the group chat if you have any concerns about anything. And that's what I did. And that's how the group chat started.
Okay, but if he shows proof that, girl, I just hope he ain't got no proof.
And in that group chat, you had said that, is it true that you said that part of the reason for these proceedings is that you wanted to come after the assets of his wife?
I didn't say that. Those were words from my friends. Those did not come out my mouth.
And she said that after these proceedings, she would own that, pardon my French, own that B word.
See, this is my problem with this attorney, and y'all let me know your thoughts. Sir, just display the evidence, please, unless it's something incriminating your clients. Because at this point, if I was a judge, I feel like admit into evidence what you're talking about. I feel like one of these attorneys need to say something, but I don't know if they represent her or not. But it's like, okay, can you just present in evidence what you're referring to? And why would you ask her if she needs to see something, for her recollection? And I've heard other attorneys ask that question as well, but they still would likely admit it into evidence, just so Exhibit A, so we can get into what the hell you really said.
Now, is my name on the side of that?
Yes, I can show it to you. You're in that chat.
No, I said, did
she say it out her mouth?
That said that in the chat.
Your name is in the chat.
I may be in the chat,
That's
but I did not say it.
Show it, so that it can show that those words were not from me. Girl, that's a little crazy. Now, ma'am, if it's from you, I'm gonna scoot back, okay?
But
that has I can't control what other people says or what their obligations are.
As a witness.
Any other follow-up, Mr. Darkamangian?
No, Your Honor.
You may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Mr. Kevin Jones. Mr. Jones, can you state your name for the record?
Kevin Jones, Sr.
Now, Mr. Jones, you provided your W-2 from 2024, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, may I share his W-2?
You may share your screen.
Now, Mr. Jones, is this your W-2 that you provided to the state?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where do you work, sir?
Owls Services.
And what do you do there, sir?
I'm a gas technician. So I change filters and calibrate gas stations across the United States.
Okay.
First of all, can I say that's a dangerous ass job, and I feel like you should be making more than, what is this? Hold on. How much is you really making? $44,000? $45,000? Almost 46. Gross pay is 45.9, almost 46,000. I just feel like this a day working with gas. That's dangerous as fuck. I feel like he should be making more than that. Y'all be janking these people. I feel a way about it. But anywho, get that man his 60,000 or something, maybe a little piece more, so this woman can get her 500 plus of child support to take care of these kids because it's expensive.
And how long you been working there?
13 months. I want to say February of last year.
Oh, okay, maybe you ain't had no experience.
And your wage tips and other comp on this W-2 is $44,039.26. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And your Social Security wages is $45,939.09. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you still work there as today, right?
Yes, sir. I'm at work right now.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, I pass the witness.
Mr. Zahay, you may, any questions for your client?
Yes, Judge. May I proceed?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Jones. Now, in our talks, you said one of the things you wanted the court to consider was the costs that you have to expend in order to travel and see your child. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, sir. When she allows it.
Can you tell me how? Let me backtrack for a second. How often are you able to see your child?
Well, according to the reason she allows me to see my son depending on the mood, or if he's available, or if he doesn't have summer school or something like that. She's only denied me to see my child this past last year. And
Question was, as far as what you said about not being able to see him due to your financial constraints.
Well, it's the cost that like personally, if I go pick up Carson by himself, it's at least 150 to 200 bucks. That's 4 hours that way, because she's never met me outside of 3 miles outside of her house to pick him up. That's 4 hours there and then 4 hours back to my house. So it's around like $200 with gas in a hotel, because if I leave, I can't drive at night. And the increase, I'm not opposed to the increase at all, but I think the amount of the increase is a little bit excessive. And that's because, like, I won't be able to see my son as much, especially if I'm not seeing him now. I won't be able to see him as much. And it's basically kind of like, it's going to prevent me even more, and it's going to affect my other 2 kids as well, as far as me coming to see them.
Where do you currently live? What city?
In Mesquite, Texas.
Okay.
Your son, Carson, currently lives.
Yeah, in Rosharon. The last time, Rosharon.
As far as that?
About 4.5 hours from my house to her house.
Damn.
If you're traveling, which you often do for your job, it would be even
more. So,
distance.
yeah, the last time I came, I want to say I came from Oklahoma, and that had to be out of my pocket to travel from Oklahoma back to Houston to come get him. I want to say the last time I was allowed to come get him. And I had another thing to mention about that group chat, because I told her, the only reason why I told her to contact my wife, because it was a situation where she had called too late, and that had kind of set, the tone in my house with my wife. I didn't start the group message with her friends. I didn't even know her friends existed. I don't exactly remember how the situation came up, but because I didn't have a lawyer at the time, and what happened was they came threatening to, they basically wanted to go after my wife's assets. And I guess when they found that it wasn't the case, because she says I never done anything but pay that $183. Last year, I just gave her $500 through the child support payment thing. You could see that. I mean, that's on there. So it's not like when I don't have extra money, I'm not trying to get out the hole, because I still pay extra money. I have text messages to where the year before last, when she asked my wife for money for school shopping, we did it. If she asks for something, we try our hardest to get it, but she doesn't ask for anything for me. Oh, we need this or we need that. She just automatically assumes that I'm just supposed to assume what she needs in her household, and I have no idea what she does in her household. I don't know if she works. I don't know what she does, or whatever it is that she has going on, or quote unquote, like she says, she has to survive. Whatever that means, I have to survive as well, and I have 2 other kids before that. I don't like it's the distance between us that I have to travel for my job to even survive, because without me going out of town to work, basically with this child support I won't survive.
So my question is this now, sir. Now I'm a little confused. Not confused solely, but I do have a question. Now I'm wondering, if you're traveling so much out of the state for your job, are you receiving mileage and all of that stuff for traveling out? And are they putting you up in hotels and whatever the case is? So with that being said, is that reported on your whatchamacallits? Or is that a whole different other document that you're getting when you're getting reimbursements or bonuses or anything like that? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, I just have a few questions. And maybe it was all shown on that one pay stub, which is like $40-some thousand, which to me is not a damn enough. But if they're sending you all over the place, maybe they're giving you lower in pay because they're also compensating you in other ways, which is, for mileage and reimbursement on this, that, and the other. So I'm just wondering, how much do you really make?
The court was to take into consideration the expenses it costs for you to travel and see your kid. How would that help you see your kid?
I could get to him more than two times a year. That would help me get to him more than 2 times a year, or actually help him get him for whenever he's allowed to come. It's when her friends got involved, that's when she said I couldn't see my kid. She went as far as blocking me electronically, where I can't contact my son at all. So I understand if me and her can't come to an agreement on a financial thing, but I know this is not where you bring up court things, but it's the whole electronic, like, you blocked me from his phone, so I can't contact him.
I want to pass the witness, but before I pass the witness, I do want the court to take notice that under section 154.123, section B, excuse me, it's B, trying to find the number. It's B14, section 154.123, B14 of the Family Code. The court can take into consideration the cost of travel in order to exercise possession of and access to a child in order to deviate lower than the guidelines.
Okay, thank you. I'll take judicial notice of that.
Ms.
Ms. Gibson, do you have any questions of Mr. Jones based on his testimony?
So unfortunately, I mean, no, I don't really have anything to say because
This is just your opportunity to ask questions. In a minute, I'm going to let you tell me what you want out of the
okay, then no, I don't have any questions.
Okay. So, Mr. Jones, I'm just confused.
So you don't have an attorney?
Because are you having trouble right now visiting with your son?
What happened was she contacted the other mother of my child.
No, here, let me clarify.
Okay. Yes, I am. Yes, I do have trouble contacting my child.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I get that. Let me clarify what I meant. You said that if your child support was increased, you would not be able to visit with your son.
I wouldn't be able to afford to.
Okay. Right now, your child support is based off of minimum wage, which is the baseline.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to visit with your son and travel to pick him up now?
With the thing that I have going, yes, ma'am, I am.
How often do you see your son?
What I could physically afford myself, probably twice a year. And if the increase, it is.
So, Mr. Jones, what I'm hearing is right now, based off of minimum wage, you can't afford to visit with your son.
No, ma'am, I can't afford it personally.
So, okay, even before the increase.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not disagreeing with the increase. I just said the amount of.
But it would be exacerbated, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Darkamanjian, do you have anything else?
No, Your Honor, just a brief closing.
Okay, you may proceed.
Your Honor, what we've done is we've taken the $45,939.09 and divided it by 12 to get to the gross figure of $38.28 to calculate what his current child support should be after the one child herein and two children outside this case, and the $100 towards the government health plan. And we ask that you approve our guideline as calculated.
Mr. Sahay, any closing?
Yes, Judge. So, as mentioned, section 154.123 of the Texas Family Code, section B14 says the court can take into consideration the cost of travel in order to exercise possession of and access to a child as a factor to deviate from the guidelines to a lower amount. Now, before I even get into that, I want to say that Mr. Jones is aware that there is going to be an increase. He is okay with there being an increase. He wants there to be an increase. He wants to help his child. But all he's asking is just for the court to take this into consideration. He lives 4 hours away from his child. He travels often for his job, as mentioned. So half the time, if he wants to see his child, it's even farther than 4 hours to go see him and cost even more money to go see him. He just wants this. He just wants the court to take this into consideration. It doesn't have to be a unreasonable or huge deviation, but just some accounting for this. For the court to deviate lower than the guidelines. If the legislature specifically listed it, I would say that it's a pretty important factor to consider. So we just, respectfully request the court take this into consideration before rendering an order.
Ms. Gibson, what would you like to tell me before I make my ruling in your case?
I also would like for him to be able to see his son more than just 2 times a year, because I do feel like at some point it may become a choice. In my opinion, I feel like he should at least aim to see his child once a quarter, in my personal, and if he misses a quarter, maybe twice in 1 quarter, i.e. Thanksgiving, Christmas time frame or whatever, or his birthday or something. I don't know. But I feel like maybe you could better plan. And if they live 4 hours away, maybe they could potentially meet at a halfway point to where he's not driving the full 4 hours. But like they said, sometimes he got to fly all the way back to get the son. So I don't know. Maybe they need to get in a parenting app and do a better job at coordinating. Maybe he needs to submit his schedule or something to see like how far he's going to be out. And if he's going to be far away on those days, then maybe he should get his son around the times that he's going to be closer. Like, I don't know. And it's really sad when you think about it that parents can't come together and get out of their personal feelings and focus on just solely the kid. But sometimes people get disrespectful too, so I understand that. But I wish that they were able to better communicate amongst themselves versus having a court to make a determination, because now that they got child support underway, they probably got the whole visitation thing through the courts as well. But anywho, let's wrap this up.
Again, as far as I just do want to speak on the travel thing, like I said, it's been 9 years. He does not take the effort to come and see his kid. He's always had access to Carson. I've never cut anything off.
And see, that's what I would think too, just being honest, because it's 365 days in a fucking year. How many off days do you get a week, a month, a quarter? Because I do feel like you could see your child more than often. And the reason that he is okay with giving this increase, in my personal opinion, is because he may feel bad about not getting his child as damn much. Saying that he has 2 other kids before this child, I do question the dynamics. My question is, are these 2 children with your wife already? Or are these 2 children before your wife, one with your wife, whatever? I ain't gonna say she a side chick, I don't know. But what I'm wondering is, are you living a life without, as if this little boy may potentially, not exist? So he's not that much of a priority, so you don't care to show up for him as much. I feel a way about that just a little bit. I think he should try to see him more than, honestly, and I'm being generous when I say like at least once a damn quarter. Really, it should be more than that. But if this is the type of job he has to have to take care of his family, he's not just away from his son, he's away from his wife and kids as well, the other ones. So I don't know. He just needs to do a better job. And I'm with her. 9 years, and we only can probably count on 1 or 2 hands how often you've really seen your child when she has to grunt most of the work, like getting his haircut, getting his supplies for school. Okay, the things that he may need at daycare when you think it's okay for your ass just to pay daycare. Now, I'm not trying to come down on the dad, because I do like a little bit. I am, because some part of me is like, sometimes it can be difficult for men to get better jobs if they really don't have like the educational background, right? But some part of me is like, I don't care just a little bit, because I'm like, women have to thug it out and figure it out as well. So some part of me is like, figure that shit out, make his shit at least $300. If he can't do the 503, I guess make that multiply what's that 186 times 2 and make that his amount. All right. And I just, all that, I have to fly from here and I have to do. I do feel like those are a bit of excuses, because when you got to get to your child, you got to get to them. Again, 365 days out the year, and you only talking about you see him 2 times out the year. So what the hell you doing for the other 363? I'm not rocking with it, but yeah, I wish he would have showed the messages, because I can't really speak to the messages. They didn't show it. It's given he say, she say, as far as what she said to the wife about coming after him for more money. I agree with her. That was going to happen anyway. And yeah, now you married. Don't nobody give a fuck. Like, okay, she shouldn't have married somebody that had kids, and knowing that when you get married to somebody that got kids that's not yours and they on child support, sometimes you might be in position or might be liable to contribute towards that man's debt. That's on you, goddamn.
I've never had any restrictions on him except for this last time. Yes, I did. There was purposes of that, but like I said, he's had several times to come and visit him. But like I said, it's only when it's convenient for him. It's never just, I want to get my child, just, spend time with him, or the weekends or anything like that when he is available. So like I said, so the traveling and the money and all of that, that's not going to, because he wasn't doing it before. So I don't feel like he's going to do it moving further.
If there were no like bodily harm or violations being done to the child, I don't think that he should have been restricted as a parent, in my opinion. That's part of getting in your personal feelings, because you're not getting your way of some sort, right? And you're sour about something. But if it's no bodily harm, or your child's not complaining about how they're being treated, make sure he always has access, so there's never a conversation, oh, she won't let me see my kid. Nah, access has always been here. Because at some point, you got to take it off me, and you got to be held accountable for your own fucking actions and what you're going to do. Okay? You can't keep putting that shit on me. Or her.
Who we get until she blocked him? Just want to put that out there.
I didn't block him, but my son has a phone and he's always had access to him. The only reason why it's been off is because he has been on punishment. But he still has access to my phone, just like he's talked to him the other day when he called my phone. I did let him talk to him. But he does not call him as well that much. So
you only want me to talk to him when he's in trouble.
Okay, guys, I've heard enough.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Mr. Darkamanjian, help me out with a little math. Okay?
She only wants you to talk to the boy when he's in trouble. But what about when do you want to talk to him? I mean, I don't know, sir. So she has to call you for you to talk to your son? or are you calling to talk to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I put the medical support at $50 instead of $100, what is child support?
If we do the 38.28 gross a month,
Mhm.
one child here and two children outside this case, $50 towards the government health plan, then the multifamily child support guideline will be $511 a month.
The court has heard the testimony of all the parties. I am going to approve the judgment amount in the non-agreed order for the medical support of $560.86 as of January 31st of 2025.
Oh, wait, what? That's what she finna make him pay?
Out in the non-agreed order. Court has heard the testimony of all the parties. I am going to approve the judgment amount in the non-agreed order for the medical support of $560.86 as of January 31st of 2025. And Mr. Jones, you're going to pay that at $55 a month beginning March 1st.
Yeah, gotcha.
I do find that you have gross wages of $3,828 with one child before the court and two other children that you support. I am going to modify your medical support payment to $50 a month beginning March 1st of 2025 instead of the $100. So that would put
how much she said?
Support payment to $50 a month beginning March 1st of 2025 instead of the $100. So that would put your child support at $511. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce that by $75 for the gas money, for half of the gas money it takes to get to visit your son. So your child support is going to be $436 a month. That's also going to start March 1st of 2025. Any court costs in this matter are billed to Mr. Jones. He can pay the Brazoria County Clerk's office if they even bill him for them. The other thing I'm going to do, just because of the testimony I've heard, I'm going to order that you, Ms. Gibson and Mr. Jones, need to communicate through the app Close app.
Yes,
Y'all
please.
do not need to be communicating with third parties.
Period. Thank you, Your Honor.
With people claiming things. It just needs to be between the two of you. So I'm going to order that y'all communicate between app Close. It's an app you can download on your phone. That way, in the future, if you need to come back and provide any proof, you've got everything in your one app. Ms. Gibson can also put any, extracurricular activity calendars, school calendars, things like that there. So you, Mr. Jones, can see everything. She can also update it with any doctor's appointments, things like that. So you both have information regarding your child. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This is going to be the ruling of the court. I'm going to have you go back into the breakout room. Mr. Darkamanjian is just going to amend the order, have you look at it, sign it, and then you'll both all be excused. He'll answer any additional questions you have as well.
Okay. May I go tell my foreman that I'm about to be done with this court case right now?
Yes, Mr. Jones. Okay. Before you walk off, let me move you to your breakout room real quick. I'm going to put you in room 25, Mr. Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
Same for you, Mr. Zahay. And then Ms. Gibson, I'm going to move you to room 26. There you go, ma'am.
I done clicked on another case. My bad. All right, y'all. So that's what we have at this particular time. All right. Miss Bam got not necessarily what she wanted, but she definitely got the increase, which he obviously was okay with paying. Okay. So if he's upset about that, might have to blame yourself for that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I do agree with the judge with the increase just a bit. I wish that they could increase his visitation with his child to see the child a bit more than what he has been. All right. But that's all that I got at this time. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I am Jami, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invade the gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it pull